Hello. I have a fun one for you this morning. Pretty short, too. It's in the Embracing the Dark Side series. It's the fourth one, or D, and it's still from the same day, January 27th, 2010, the fourth journal of the day. The Mayan day was 11 crocodile or alligator. Embracing the Dark Side. I've subtitled it Seeing the Darkness Outside of Self, or Why Do We Have 3D? So, embracing the dark side. How are we doing? Are you beginning to get at least a little more comfortable with the overall idea of how any complete picture must contain both the light and the dark? That's a good step to take to just get comfortable with that idea. Actually, we don't generally first see something dark within. We're generally not able at first to own anything dark, so first we see it outside of the self, out there, in the world, in the friend, in someone else, and that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. It's just how things work. Actually, it's a major part of the beauty of the world, the reason for its being in the first place, so we could see things externalized first and get a good grasp of them. So, who among us is not able to point at some exterior darkness, some horror outpictured on planet Earth? The horrors of war are clear, as are the horrors of the way we treat animal life. These things can be seen. Notice, however, how we tend to want to look away. It is only the more mature among us that are able to look at these things full on. They are grotesque. They are ghastly. And my little doggie's providing all the noises in the background. He's a 4-month-old puppy, and I just can't scold him. So, they are ghastly. Let's start with that. It's sufficiently out there and visible. Perhaps we have both the strength and the moral fortitude to look upon it. Oh, and don't forget the vision, the higher vision of how no picture is composed of only light or only dark. Remember the beauty, always, of the balance. That's the thing. It will sustain us now as we take a deeper look into the darkness. Remember, too, don't be afraid. There's nothing to fear here. It's simply that which is. Plus, by being external, being out at some distance from what we perceive as the self, it poses less danger, less threat to the being, to our sense of self. This again is the beauty of the world, of the creation, the ability it gives us to examine things as if they are outside of the self. They are not, of course. All is the self, but that is not the topic at hand. So, to continue, we look at the ghastliness that is war. We have finally risen above polarities, remember, so we are no longer tempted, or not so tempted, to make judgments, to say one side is right and the other wrong. We feel no call to fight under some flag or another. Be in heart. Now, I know some are offended by that, so I pause to call you back into heart. Leave the mind behind if you would truly, deeply benefit from this trip. For if you go back into mind and play its little games, you have left our magic carpet entirely and won't be able to continue on with us. It's okay for now and at any time to have a question, an issue to which you have no good answer, where the only thing you can presently say is, I don't know. Actually, that is the dawning of the higher wisdom. That is to begin to enter the no mind, the I don't know mind, and it's fine. Thus, my suggestion is, whenever you find something that bothers you, pause the recording and center down. Stop the reading. Take a few moments to be with the upset. Don't try to crush it, to squash it, to control it, to dominate it. Just be with it. That is another part of the self coming up to be acknowledged and incorporated into the wholeness, the completeness of the being. The heart represents the fullness of being, the whole. There is no fragmentation in heart space. It doesn't exist there, just as polarity doesn't, nor judgment, nor fear. Heart space is really another reality entirely than that which we've previously occupied, and it's my desire to take you there within your own heart space, where you can abide and enjoy the fullness of being, of light that is resident there. We have old habits and momentums of the way we've done things for so long, however, and these will sometimes interfere. Count on it. No one is above this. It's just the way of it. Thus, we can expect to be thrown off our course. Oh, just lost my place. Excuse me a second. Thus, we can expect to be thrown off our course, seemingly, thrown off center, certainly, now and again. Actually, it will happen more regularly as we accelerate our transition into light. We get used to it, coming back to center more and more quickly as we get the hang of it. Actually, this little detour becomes part of the lesson, that which I desired to impart, of embracing the darkness. Can you see that? We are learning to let the little bits of darkness, as they arise in us, have their say. We are learning not to reject them out of hand, but to just give them a listen. We are learning to own them. And perhaps that's enough for this piece. So, good day. Oh, how funny when I wink. The little oh my goodness. Anyway, have a great day. Bye-bye.